Yes, people, welcome back. Never a foul, new week. Monday is here. And I didn't even turn my mic on, so now my mic's on. That should be better. Guys, new week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for locking in. As always, smash the like button because, as you know, there's a lot to talk about this weekend. My team, people are probably going to ask me questions, especially the person sitting below me about Ten Hag. Man City, Arsenal roaring on. And Liverpool winning the cup yesterday. But guys, make sure you do smash a like, get your questions in, subscribe, all of that, and check out the Mandem's channels down below as well. But yeah, first of all, how we doing, guys? Lewis, what you saying, man? Obviously, yeah, I get it. You're probably not going to say it, actually.
Free me from this tyrant. He's still here. Another week under this. Let me not say what I really think. I want you to maintain your monetization, but get him out. Get him out. Obviously, finals gone in the bin. Probably our best opportunity at a trophy. Is what it is. Just ready to sign out. Go get knocked out against the Leeds on Wednesday, like I expect us to, and then I can officially sign out.
The nail in the coffin. Could you imagine that back-to-back league?
There's more than enough nails in this coffin, bro.
Are you at home, by the way, against Leeds?
Yep, we're at home.
Okay, that's probably what you needed, just to help you try and get.
It might be, but the 120 minutes of game time was not what we needed.
Yeah, true. But then again, I suppose you've got the squad, but we're going to touch on it, don't worry. We're going to dive in, guys. Make sure you check out Lewis's channel, 100%. We've got Martin from the Mancunian Way on as well. Just on a run at the moment, Man City. But how you doing, Martin? Everything good?
Yeah, not bad. Just quietly in the background.
Just the way you like it, probably.
Yeah, we're sort of doing what we always do. And then, I mean, I won't mention next week. I'm leaving that for now. I'll be nice for a few days.
Until you're thinking you can put 5 past us.
Yeah, because trust me, I do think the goal difference will change next week.
Yeah, I have to agree right now, as much as I don't want to, but you know what it is, man. Guys, make sure you check out the Mancunian Way. Love that. Make sure you check out Martin's channel down below as well, especially if you're a Man City fan as well. Make sure you go and show love. And then George, a week off for you, but a good weekend, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, we didn't play, but it does still feel like 3 points secured with you guys dropping 3. I mean, that's 3 points further away from us, and
Chelsea losing the final. Do you know what I mean?
And Chelsea lose in a final 6th time in a row. I mean, they call us the bottlers, but 6 in a row. I don't know if we're that bad, innit? So yeah, no, not a bad.
You gotta make it to 6 finals first, but first.
I mean, if you're not winning any of them, there's no point in being there. But I hear you.
I hear that. You do have to make it 2 just to lose 6 finals.
I love it. I love a bit of rivalry still going on there, guys. Make sure you like the video. Big up Ron as well. Like, subscribe. Yeah, 6 finals in a row. I think Chelsea have lost, or 7 at Wembley either. But I know in the League Cup it's quite a few. But Lewis, this is your time, man. Talk to us. Platform's yours, bro. You went to the game. You saw the setup from Liverpool. You saw what came on from the bench in terms of the youth. You had your full squad, you could say, but obviously some of the key players, we get it, but you still had like a full adult squad. And Chelsea still couldn't get it over the line. Who do you blame? Is it Pochettino? Is it the players? Where's your head at, man, being at the game and watching that for 120 minutes, should I say?
It's everything. And like, people are going to say, don't talk about Poch, talk about the players. People say, don't talk about the players, talk about Poch. No, just talk about all of them. Because I feel like the number one thing that starts this infighting within our fan base is people just wanting to talk about which one's the bigger issue over the other. Now, in terms of the entire season, it's Pochettino. It is not the players. My team is better than 11th in March. I don't care what anybody tells me. That's where my debate is starting and finishing. But in terms of this game, Players didn't turn up. First and foremost, I think Petrovic is the only player that had a consistent game. And if your goalkeeper has a consistent game, it says a lot about the sort of game that you're having. Everybody else was like meaty to just straight crap. I thought Disasi and Colwell started poorly. Disasi got a little bit better, but even then was an inconsistent game. Gusto got a bit better towards the end. His first touches were terrible, though. Chilwell absolutely stinks. Spent the whole game trying to beef youngsters. How about you focus on your game? You're probably the worst fullback I've ever seen since Marcus Alonso. And at least Marcus Alonso could get me a clutch goal every now and then. What do you bring? What do you bring to me? Enzo genuinely dropped the worst performance I've seen from him this season. Absolutely atrocious. I saw that guy get walked through about 4 or 5 times. Caicedo's game was more inconsistent. Like there were shaky moments from him, but like if we're going to give Cole Palmer credit for making 3 chances, we need to give Caicedo credit because he gave Palmer the ball twice from long passes. So to a point, did well offensively, but like still wasn't great. Palmer again, not great. Didn't really kick on to the second half. Gallagher stinks. Terrible football player. Been saying it. One of my streamers said it perfectly. Big up Jimmy. Let Sterling have missed those 2 free chances that Gallagher missed. You'd hear a completely different reception. But oh no, Cobham, Chelsea born and bred and everything. Get out of here. Who else? Jackson, like I don't even have energy for Jackson, to be honest. Our tactics was play hoofball up to Jackson and hope he can deal with Van Dijk at the same time. He was doomed to fail, so I got no energy for Jackson. It is what it is. Sterling, barely noticed him. Wasn't good enough. But now spoken about the players, I can talk about the manager. My guy's hoofball tactics for 70 minutes was disgraceful. We only really dominated the last 20 minutes, which I'll put down to Liverpool being tired. You got to remember that's the team that played 4 days before, not us. And then they bring on like half their academy, basically throw the white flag, and this Spursy coach throws the white flag straight back. He says, no, we don't want to attack. We don't want to attack. We want to take it to penalties. I've seen names on that in that starting 11 or the players that came on that I've never heard in my life. Like I saw some guy who looks like Hugh Wizzy, some guy called McConnell. Who the hell is that guy? And my manager saw those players and was frightened. Decided, let's take it to penalties. I had to take Chilwell off because he was tired. We had 7 minutes left in a game that probably everybody is tired in. And we are the team that played a week ago. They are the team that played 4 days ago. Your tactics were to go to penalties against a Liverpool under-18s team. Now I can hear 0 excuses about the age of the squad and the experience of the squad. I'm not hearing it anymore. That game was literally threw that whole agenda in the bin. It's the manager. The biggest problem is this loser in charge of my football club. As soon as we are in any sort of advantageous position, he goes defensive. We saw it last week when we went to the Etihad and he went to a back 5 20 minutes too early and just invited pressure. And now we've seen it again. We've seen it again. So yeah, players didn't turn up on the day, but the manager is still the biggest problem at this club right now. And he needs to go. But again, another morning that I wake up after an embarrassing game and he's still here. So
I don't know. For me, I don't know what Chelsea fans expected, to be honest. From midweek, I put a tweet out because I saw Poch say something along the lines of, don't quote me specifically, but he pretty much said that Liverpool are the favourites. We're coming into the game as the underdog, so there's no pressure on us. Pretty much that's what he said. And that's where the problem started. You relieved the pressure of the team because they're young, similar to what he done at Tottenham. Didn't put no pressure on the team to win anything. And now he didn't put no pressure on this Chelsea team because they're the underdogs. They had no pressure to go out there and beat the actual young team who played half of their academy in that Liverpool team. And it was just horrific. poor performance. Chelsea had chances, yeah, and you can look at the players. You can't, of course, blame it all on Poch because you can look at the players and say they had chances to put this game away. Conor Gallagher, problems, man. Problems. It was reminiscent of that final where Mount was missing all those chances. Was it against Liverpool as well? The Carabao Cup final in 2021. Very, very reminiscent of that performance. Chance after chance. Should have put one in. Should have at least put one in. And do you know what? Sometimes you have to look at the team and just say, look, the boys weren't ready for it. The manager didn't prepare them enough. Liverpool, though, you got to give credit to them. The performance of the young boys when they come on, they just looked so composed and so ready for the moment. None of them looked out of place. They played the Liverpool way. They kept it tight. They kept it solid. Even though you guys like had a bit of possession towards the end of the game, didn't do anything with it. I felt like Chelsea were poor throughout most of the game. And Liverpool, to be fair, they wasn't great either. But Pochettino, man, honestly, can't really expect much more. And I hope he stays in the job. I really do. I hope that Chelsea fans, they reap what they reward. Like this is what you guys wanted. You guys come and said, we're taking your manager. We're gonna come and take Poch. He's gonna come over to the blue side and he's gonna make things better. Nothing has been better. Nothing. Not one bit about this season has been better for you. So all I'm hearing right now is just crying Chelsea fans singing the same sorrow that they sang this time 12 months ago. Get Graham Potter out. Get Graham Potter out. I'm done. All of this, it's just the same stuff we were hearing 12 months ago. So look at them. You can look at the manager, blame the manager all you want, but you got to also look at the team and recognize that this is a poor Chelsea team. But hey, it was nice to watch. 6 finals in a row, man.
Yeah, nice. It's mad, to be fair. Big up, guys who are watching. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you subscribe as well. Make sure you're doing all that. If you don't know how to, cross off the live chat and just hit the thumbs up. And also check the channels of the guys as well. Mancunian Way, Carefree Lewis, as always. Where do you leave with it, Martin? When you look at it in terms of obviously the game, Pochettino, a lot of people are coming on to after the extra time. People are saying, Chelsea should have won it even in normal time with some of the chances they had, even though they weren't great. But also, is it, do you know what? Let's praise Liverpool and the youngsters. You coming on it with a different angle. How do you see it?
I was joking because I was like, have Chelsea got a new manager after 90 minutes? Because I've never seen a team just totally change tactics the way he did it. That was the bit that baffled me.
Are you talking about the full time to extra time when he changed it extra?
I didn't understand what he was doing. It was like he thought. It's like Louis said. It was like the youngsters coming on, and big up Klopp for that. I thought he did very good because I was sat there going, because I was watching it, and Chelsea was sort of in the ascendancy going in, and I thought, right. And then I saw Klopp making the change, and I thought, right, Chelsea will do this. Because I didn't think Liverpool would have the experience. I thought Klopp was doing it just to give them legs, just to give them a little bit of game time. But it was the complete opposite. Chelsea just sort of, I don't know what Poch did. I don't know why. I don't know what. By the way, Lucy's spotting about Sterling. Sterling gets grief no matter what he does. He used to get that with us. Missing open net, and it was like the worst thing in the world. But someone else misses an open net, and it's no, it's okay. He'll get the next one. But no, it's a funny one with Chelsea this season. I don't get it. But big up to Liverpool. Yeah, I'm not going to do a Jamie Carragher. So I thought he went way overboard yesterday. Carragher, man.
Him on
Jamie Carragher might have just worn a Liverpool shirt the way he was waffling. At one point, he was comparing it to the Champions League. I'm like, come on, calm down, sunshine. Calm down now. It's like, come on, Carragher.
Bro, there was Gary Neville as well talking about blue £1 billion bottle jobs. First off, that's not accurate. Second of all, he contradicts himself 2 minutes afterwards by talking about how the tactics were the real problem. Dickhead.
Yeah, the commentating was very...
I don't know.
It's not about tactical analysis
it's
anymore.
It's about agendas. It's about narratives. That's why they suck off Gallagher every game.
Yeah.
Because when they talk about Gallagher, number one, they can prop the English lad. Number two, they can also divert the attention to the two £100 million midfielders and say, "Oh, but the free Cobham graduate is outperforming them all." Wow, dickheads. Gallagher being my best midfielder. Get in the bin.
Yeah, they tried running that yesterday, talking about him and compared to the.
They've been trying that all season. I've seen Gallagher miss chances and be like, oh, well, the Chelsea fans will feel better with it being Gallagher missing the chances because he just gets the club a bit more. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm 11th in March and talking about, oh, he gets the club. If he gets what the club is,
brainwashing going on in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I mean, big up to Liverpool. They won their 10th, which annoyed me because I thought, we'll match them at some point, but no, we're still stuck at 8. They went up to 10. But yeah, no, it was, it's a cut and it's a good way for Klopp to sort of finish the season. We'll see what he does in the league now because I do think he does need to get injuries back. You can't go with that squad into a title race. You won't be able to do that. A one-off cup final, yes, you'll get away with it. So he will need to get some of his players back in the next week or two, especially for the next 2 weeks. But it's going to be interesting. We'll see. But big up to Liverpool and Chelsea. I don't know where you go with them. To me, it's sort of poison from the roots up. And I don't know where you go with it. I think there's a bigger issue than Poch. Getting rid of Poch will help, but then you just bring in the other scapegoat in. I don't know where you go with it.
Here's the thing, though. I hear everyone saying this about the future, but realistically, the way I see it is that this team should be competing for at least the Europa League spots as a bare minimum. And now if we were doing that, all of the debates, all of the arguments that we have in terms of the experience of the squad are now valid. Because now you're talking to me about experience to consolidate top 4 or to get into top 4. And if that's the case, fine. I'll hear that. That's cool. Now, if you're going to talk to me about I need experience, just get into European spots, no, that's the manager. That's the manager. There's been talk about this being a 3-year plan, and I hear that. The right coach. The right coach is a 3-year plan. Just get into Europe the first year, probably consolidate top 4 the next year, or get into a title race as well as consolidate top 4 the next year. And then ideally in the 3rd year win the league. Makes perfect sense. I understand that.
Let me ask you something then, Lewis, and big up Ches for joining as well. You had Graham Potter who done his thing at Brighton, which obviously we respect what he done at Brighton, but the pressure was not on him to win anything. We just like the football and obviously the new regime they've got. You then got him in, didn't work. You then went for someone who's not, I wouldn't say the proven winner. Of course, he won a couple things in France and whatnot because he would at PSG. But a manager that we saw cook in the Premier League with Southampton, built up Spurs to sort of make Spurs relevant. What he done with the youth team, the players they sort of brought in. And then you get Poch at your club. And a lot of people are quite happy at the time when he's appointed. So now you've gone for a Potter who was kind of a no one. You've gone for a Pochettino who was renowned for his high pressing football, good stuff at Southampton, good stuff at Tottenham, got the Premier League experience. Who would you want? Who would you want that you could get in and confidently feel like, do you know what? Even with these group of players that we've got, these young players that are quite inexperienced, that was one of their first finals yesterday and stuff like that, can get you back playing consistent football, get you back up there competing for the top 5, top 4. Because that's where you want to be. Let's be real. You're not wanting to Europa League. I get it for now because the squad maybe are not good enough to get the wheels turning and get you experience. But like Man United, you want to be in that top 4 race and then competing back again in the next 3-4 years because that's what we've been used to. So what manager are you looking at? Because a lot of teams are looking for a manager now. You, Liverpool, you don't know if United are, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. The competition for managers is going to be high.
Yeah, like if we're talking long-term managers, you'd be looking at like a Flick, Amorim, the Zerbi, Xavi Alonso is a dream. Again, I don't know why any of them would join us, but like those would be the sorts of managers you're looking for. But like I look at the manager idea and it's been absolutely terrible over the last year, which is why the directors need to hold smoke as well. If the directors get sacked, good. They deserve it. Even in terms of the incomings, everyone will talk about the age of the squad and everything. Like, I don't care about that. If they had a good structure, they would be fine. They would be fine for where we are right now and for where we're trying to look for at least the first year. Then you look to get experience to add on to that.
How would you feel about a potential Tommy T return? How would you feel? Swallowed his pride, and he says, "Do you know what? I made the wrong choice. I want you to come back into this club.
It's a better squad than this team he left with. So, like, I won't scream for Tuchel because like he's not doing well at Bayern. But I mean, Tuchel or Poch, I'm taking Tuchel every week personally. So,
what would you say to that, Ches?
Yeah.
Welcome, by the way.
Yeah, take what Tommy T back in as a gaffer.
Yeah, would you?
Obviously, it's a lesser two evils, isn't it? He's doing crap, but Poch is doing crap. So I'll probably take the Champions League crap, then the Carabao Cup final losing crap. So I'll take Tommy Tuchel back in it. But I hear the manager shouting it. I hear we need a new manager. Who to get? That's always a question. But at the end of the day, that's not my job as a fan, isn't it? Like as a Tottenham fan or a Man United fan or Man City fan, your job is to support the club the best you can, and it's their job to get it right. We can sit here all day, and say, who's going to be the next top manager? No one knows. Like, no one actually knows. There's only been 2 top managers recently who've been consistent in the Premier League for years and years and years, and that's Poch and Klopp. That's it.
No, fair. Say as fans, Ches, but you can't sit here and say as fans, our job is here to just support the club. Yeah, we support the club. We don't support the managers. We support the badge. We support this. Like, this is what we support. Everything else that comes with it, we can challenge. And having a shit manager around at your club is not something you're supposed to sit back and go, do you know what? Let's try and just support for the change.
Did I say that?
No, that's pretty much what you said. What do you mean? Are you listening to what you're saying? You said as fans, my job is to just support the club.
Did you hear what I just said? Are you just listening to
that is exactly what you just said?
What I said was, I never said to keep him, did I? I said these men need to choose. What I'm trying to say, George, is these men need to choose the correct man. And Almarin's been shouted about, De Zerbi, Xabi Alonso. None of these men are like gonna come in and guarantee you anything. So my point is that like whatever manager you go for, you're stabbing in the dark. Because yes, they might have won their respective leagues in Portugal or let's say Xabi Alonso in Germany, but you don't know whether he's going to translate that in England, innit? So my thing is like, my job is to say, get Poch out, but now they need to decide the right person because they haven't done it correctly the past 2 decisions. That's my thing. You get me? So that's actually it. I'm not saying I don't want.
I hear that, but when you say there's no guarantee, of course there's definitely no guarantee, but there is a way to minimize the, let's say, the risk by bringing in a top manager, someone who's been successful, someone like you say, Xavi, who won the league last year, or Hansi Flick, who's a multiple league winner, or someone with credentials. Poch didn't have credentials. Potter didn't have credentials. These are project managers that are very, very risky, bringing them into an environment that they've never been in before, rather than bringing in a manager that's been around a top club environment. They know what it is to manage a top club, and they're not going to come and let's be real. Like your club has all the minerals. You have the money, you have the players to be doing way better than you are right now. Right? Like,
no, facts.
It's a good manager can come in and bring you from 10th to 7th without signing anyone, just having good mentality and having a good structure. That's all it needs.
It is though. You know it is. As much as that sounds that I agree with everything you just said, I still believe Lewis is gonna hate the tree this year. I still believe if we had a good number 9, we'd be higher up in the league. And he'd probably win yesterday's game.
You're correct. No. Here's the thing. You're correct with all of that. But here's the problem with that. If we had that number 9, right, we are probably competing for the European spots and everything. But that just papers over the cracks of everything this manager's doing. We just be individual brilliance FC like Ollie when he was at United. That's all we'd be.
That is true. But then I could then say, if he was competing for top 6 and he wins yesterday's game, for example, with a number 9, then there's an argument to say I'll give him a bit more time to like improve it. A lot more.
But this is literally the problem I'm trying to say. Getting the number 9 does not give him any improvement in terms of the structure, his game manager, or anything. It's just a get out of jail card. Okay, I've got this guy. He can bag me a goal. We'll be fine.
That's all it would be, Ches. Because when I listen to you, I'm just intrigued from that because you said about number 9, maybe challenging for European spots. You went to the game yesterday, innit?
Yeah, I was at the game.
Yeah, he was at the game. So big up. you was at the game yesterday, and like for me, I want to hear your take on the game, because is your biggest takeaway the fact that you didn't have a number 9 and it was Jackson? It was your bigger takeaway the fact that you didn't beat this Liverpool team with the age, your players didn't show up, Pochettino changed tactics in extra time. So you just said there in my head, I just thought, right, you just said, okay, we had a number 9, we probably win yesterday. So is your biggest takeaway from coming away from Wembley that, okay, we didn't have a proper striker, but if we do, we win that?
I think on the game, link it to my previous point. What I'd say is during the game, yeah, it wasn't a game that Liverpool won in terms of like they battered us and they dominated from minute 0 to 90, and Chelsea with all these experienced players got outdone. It was literally just the intangibles that got them over the line, like the experience, the leadership from Van Dijk, the fact that Klopp's been there for 7 years. It's still the philosophy that you can plug in any players and they can perform in it. So my thing is that I wouldn't say yesterday we have a number 9. My opinion on the game would change, but I still think we would have won the game because those chances Gallagher got, yeah, a clinical player that falls to Nkuku, more likely he scores on them goals. And we're literally sitting there saying,
these are things that all I feel like you and Don are clever, because I'm not even trying to get onto you individually here, but I feel like Martin, George, Lewis, Monts. Lewis hasn't said nothing like that, and he's a Chelsea fan. He went to the game, but I could have said that about Man United's game, and George could say that about Spurs games and City games. At the end of the day, chances don't always fall to the people that you want them to fall to. That is just football. Liverpool, Monts could come on here now and say, "Do you know what? That header that fell to Jadon Dan's in the box. If Núñez was there, we could have scored earlier." Them things.
No. But you're missing. I hear what you man cooked on for the other day. I was listening to it very intrinsically, and I tried to talk with logic in it. And I was hearing what you man was saying. You're basically telling him, "Yo, you can't keep saying if, buts, and maybes because football doesn't work like that, innit?" Like,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying to you right now. That's what I'm
trying to tell you is this:
we don't have a striker. How about we have a system that formulates consistent chances over the 90?
Like, Poch's system is crap, but at the same time, like Gallagher shouldn't be playing. So it's like, I would still have Poch's system and take out Gallagher then. And
Gallagher shouldn't be playing. Who is Pochettino's favorite player?
Bro, I agree with you. He should be out to score ages ago.
But like, we can't be saying like Gallagher needs to be out to score. Look at the guy who constantly plays him every match.
I'm not having no Liverpool fans come on this flipping channel, and tell me, yeah, we battered you, man, yesterday with kids.
Can I ask a question on this? On this Gallagher situation? Because every person I speak to outside of Chelsea thought Gallagher was great yesterday.
Yeah, because the commentary probably told them that.
Are you all right? I was there in my eyes.
We literally spoke 10 minutes ago. Like, the commentary will suck him off and just cuss out everyone else around him.
No, let's be honest.
He's a proper problem graduate. He gets the club. He
had a good defensive performance. When you're talking about getting winning the ball back,
he was only good at drawing fouls
and being a dog in midfield. He done that job
well.
Great dog work, tenacity. How about Gallagher having on the ball attribute? Because no one ever talks about his on the ball attribute. All it is tenacity, dog work rate, running, hard yards, and all that crap.
You guys are you hate Gallagher so much. Everything that he does looks rubbish. That's what you guys are at the point.
No, because you can't do that when I was giving Gallagher credit last week for his performance at the Etihad. So I'm not listening.
Excel bully off the ball, Gallagher.
Wow.
Let me just say something, yeah? Ty, I hate this, yeah. I talk to the host because these man's agenda-based driven. These man, when we praised him, we'll go, how's Gallagher today? I'm like, he was good. He done his job. Like, he scored against Palace. I was like, cool. He wasn't good at all yesterday. Why wasn't he good? Ask me the question. Why? I'll tell you why. We didn't need, against Liverpool's youngsters, everyone's saying, someone to destroy and all that. It wasn't that kind of game. We needed a creative outlet. When he got the ball, he was very dusty. And even in the first half, his defensive attributes weren't that good. He was losing the ball. He was falling over a lot.
That's why he gave away like 4 fouls in the first 15.
I counted him, Disasi, and Gusto in the first half. Gave the ball away in fouls like 4 each.
The only good thing he did in the first half was draw about 3-4 fouls. That's it. Other than that, he did nothing.
Lewis, the commentators, what they'll say is, Gallagher, he's their only bright spot. You heard Gary Neville at the end of the game call us billion-pound bottle jobs, and you're listening to commentators. They're not objective.
And then 2 minutes after, he starts talking about the tactics by the manager, which is the real reason why we lost. He's an agenda merchant. They all are. They
Look,
all
look,
are. They're
look.
just running narratives. The
Kai, to
whole thing
answer
this
my
season has
point,
been prop Gallagher so you can cuss out the other £100 million midfielders. We
There
see
we go.
through your BS.
So, Ty, to answer your question,
no, I can't even
what-
lie. I know what both of you are doing right now. Both of you guys are going to keep talking and talking and talking just to stop Monts from talking his shit.
No, like Monts can say anything he wants to say. These man beat us with under 21s. You think I'm going to deflect anything he says? He can cook this club
Oh, he
all
can
for the
cook
next
me.
hour. I don't
I
care.
was saying yesterday on channels, I don't mind getting cooked. My thing is, I don't want to hear no
I'll
one
probably
saying,
join him.
Liverpool deserved it. They played so well. Not really. They had Van Dijk. We don't.
No,
They're the leader.
they
Look,
deserved it.
Bro,
They deserved it.
Lewis,
They
don't
deserved
tell
it.
me you watched that game and Liverpool were doing the most. They did. They did
Liverpool
all right.
deserved
Nah,
it,
but
bro.
what it is,
Liverpool
yeah.
deserved it.
And big up Mix Mitchell as well. It says no more Spursy. It's proper Chelsea now. Member for 1 month as well. Big up, guys. Big up Mitchell as well. Make sure you're liking the video, people. Make sure you are subscribed as well. 600 of you in the house. So big up. Happy Monday wherever you're watching as well. Look, Monts, I'm gonna bring you in 100%. I've obviously this is a great show, and obviously we've got people bickering about Gallagher. We can tell the emotions are high. It's been after a final, and I love it, to be fair, even though Man United still lost this weekend. But for me, Pochettino's missed a massive opportunity because I was on the football terrace. I was on this channel. I was on a couple previews, and as a neutral perspective, my question was, who would this mean more to this final? Who needs it more, Chelsea or Liverpool? Because Klopp with Liverpool, maybe his last final. You don't know if he's going to reach that in the FA Cup or Europa League and what he can do to kick on their Premier League run. And then Pochettino, poor season. The £1 billion spent, whether it was him or not, they still signed players. What he can do for his confidence at the club. What he can do for the players who've had a poor season. The belief it can give them. They had the perfect opportunity to go and win something yesterday, Mauricio Pochettino, and he blew it. There's no time at Chelsea Football Club, if he's here for the next 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 years, or 7 years, that he's going to get a final where it's easier to win something. That's no disrespect to Liverpool, by the way, because I respect Liverpool. But Liverpool fans will admit themselves, and Monts is going to come on to it shortly, that team in the extra time obviously is not better than Chelsea's Football Club on that starting 11 or whatever 11 was out on that pitch. But Liverpool wanted it more. They have a game plan. They have the youth system that, like Man City, when you come up through that youth system, when you're Tyreek Hamilton, whoever it is scoring the Champions League, you know what your role is when you come into that big side. And that's what they all said. Bobby Clark and everything. We knew what we needed to do when we come up into that starting 11 or we're getting picked to play by Klopp off the bench. Them Liverpool players them Chelsea players don't really know what they're doing. And that was a huge opportunity missed for Chelsea and Poch. The way they changed the tactics going into that extra time, the way they sat back and tried going into penalties when actually they've lost 2 penalty shootouts already. So even though it's not the same place, psychologically, Liverpool have been there. Liverpool have done it. Martin even said 10-time winners. 10-time winners. Chelsea have not won a Wembley final in the last 6 or 7 occasions. Everything that Chelsea season kind of bottled into that moment. And I felt like when the pressure and the oven got hot, gas mark 6, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. And for me, Pochettino, as much as I like him, has to hold accountability for that. Players are going to miss chances. That happens. I get that. And that is football. But still, the way Pochettino come out and spoke after, like it was him who relaxed, who changed the settings. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'm 100% disappointed because Liverpool rang the changes. They brought on youngsters. But yet, they grew. They had their fans doing that alley in the extra time, giving them a second wind, giving them that extra momentum. Everything that Liverpool needed when they needed it. Yeah, the fans are poor. Everything when Liverpool needed that extra boost, they got the extra boost. Their fans, their manager helped get them over the line. The man management from Klopp. And all these little 5% things are the difference between winning finals and losing finals. And here we are today. Monts, welcome. Carabao Cup champions 2024. I hope you had a lovely sleep. We've done 30 minutes dissecting Chelsea. I've just had my say now. George has been challenging him. Mancunian Way's been challenging him. But you're the winners. You can talk on Liverpool. You can talk on Chelsea. Go with whatever you like.
I'm surprised I've only done half an hour just on Chelsea. I personally would like the whole hour on Chelsea and maybe 5 minutes on the brilliant. I'm joking. Listen, I already knew how this was going to go. I'm surprised. Listen, Don isn't here yet. I don't know if he's going to be here. I don't know if he's here later on today, this evening. I don't know what Don's, I don't know what his schedule is. I will deal with his Jogger Benito of words to protect Chelsea later on. Obviously, Ches is here. Lewis is here. Guys, I own you. I'm your father. I birthed you. Don't ever speak ill of my club ever again in any way possible, or tell me what my club should be doing, when it should be, what it should be doing, when we should be doing this or that, or any sort of advice in any square root of football at all from now on.
I don't think
forward.
I have, but first.
I know. I'm just saying, don't do it from now on. Also, in terms of finals, cup finals, the last 4 finals we faced, you won all 4. I've said it already. You guys with your $1 billion budget, hella bottles on the table, hella VVS. As I said, hella bottles, no bitches. That's what you man are right now. Hella bottles, no bitches. You just bare testosterone. I'm not dealing with it anymore. Like for me, I already knew Gallagher was gonna get the blame. I already saw the script of Gallagher getting the blame. How about this? In my opinion, if everyone played with the same desire as Gallagher, maybe you guys would have got something out of the game. That's my opinion. You guys can still disagree with me and say that he's not good enough and whatever. If everyone played like Gallagher in terms of his desire and his tenacity and his want to do something, regardless of how much talent you possess, maybe, just maybe, you guys would have got over the line yesterday, because we were hanging on for dear life within the end of that 90 minutes. Absolute dear life. Yeah. There are little nuances in finals that
I don't think I can say the players didn't have tenacity, but first.
No. I'm talking about the tenacity that Gallagher put in. I'm not saying the players didn't try. If anyone says Chelsea players didn't try, then you're lying. Then we'll be lying to ourselves. Of course, the Chelsea players tried. But we're talking about leaving everything on the pitch where you can barely walk after the game.
And maybe that's Gallagher's problem. He puts so much out there. That's why his technical ability stinks.
So Monts, Gallagher was the only player who was tenacious yesterday. Is that what you're saying?
Say that again?
Gallagher was the only player you watched that was tenacious.
No, I said on his level of tenacity. I didn't say he's the only player. On his level, I think that was still.
He was the only standout one. That's just my question.
In terms of what the effort put in. For me, he was ahead of most. Obviously, we know he has to do that because he's not as technically gifted as some of the other players you have.
It wasn't a trick question. I was asking you.
No. That's it. That's what I was saying. That's my opinion from what
I feel like it's just a small agenda because of how good his stamina is.
Yeah, of course it is, Lewis.
Okay,
I was asking that, innit? To let him land.
Hey guys, that's fine. Yeah. Either way, I look at players like Caicedo. Cup final, he was shit. Out running midfield.
Don't agree with that.
Don't agree with that. Again,
Enzo was poor for me as well.
Enzo was poor.
I'd say Enzo was way worse than Caicedo. I'll say that. I really find it hard to try and defend any of these players. So
no, but Lewis, I'm not trying to defend him because we lot of being objective. I can call things how it is.
I believe Enzo in the deeper side of the midfield was quite productive, but anything in the final third, it was bad in it. There was moments in that game, again, the back heel especially, for me, horrible. But before I get into any of those deals, I think let's not act like Chelsea's players weren't young as well. Yes, we had the kindergarten lads out, and I feel like this is just a credit to Jurgen Klopp. This is just all the more credit to Jurgen Klopp as to how the hell we got over the line with some of these academy prospects, Dans, McConnell, and guys like that. These guys are Liverpool's. No disrespect, there are NPCs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the fact that in extra time, after struggling, again, it's not like these men were brought on the pitch, yeah? It's not like these men were brought on and Liverpool are we're winning and it's comfortable and these men can go and play their game with no repercussions. Brother, it's 0-0. It's 0-0. The stakes are high. Extra time, we've been struggling. Any mistake and you're done. And these men have still come on the pitch and looked very comfortable, balled out, showed maturity, tenacity, by the way, the same tenacity needed to get through a final. I don't know what else I need to say for Jurgen Klopp at this moment. For me, I understand it's just a Carabao Cup. If anyone's saying I'm going too far with that. But for me, it's the way we've gone about winning the trophy with the absentees and what we've done. Like, I'm not saying Chelsea didn't have injuries too, but again, 7 bona fide starters out of that team, and we were still the better team, in my opinion. I think Chelsea had some really good chances. Liverpool had some really good chances. A lot of the time, I thought, where's the goal going to come from for Liverpool? Where's the goal going to come from? Because most of my forwards are just like your forwards in the game. It takes 7 chances for them to score. Diaz takes him 7 chances to score, just like Sterling. You know what I'm saying? Gakpo takes him too many chances to score, just like Jackson. You know what I'm saying? For me, the battle in midfield, Endo proved to me that right now, I'm taking Endo over Caicedo in it. Caicedo, again, all this money, I can't tell the difference between Marvelous Nakamba, Diakite.
This is where I come in, Monts.
Mars here saying big up Endo as well. Respect Endo.
Respect Endo. And Ches, today, I won the trophy today. So today is my
No. But I just want to say something though, because it's like the monologue can't go on forever. Respectfully,
I know, but it's gonna go.
I'm just going to say one thing. Man. I'm not putting down Endo.
You can say one thing.
All right, you know what?
You can say one thing. I'm saying you can say one thing.
Okay. Oh, thanks. Thank you. What I was going to say was, I was actually going to give Endo props. He actually played sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't expecting it, and he distributed well. He didn't lose the ball. The whole game he was on it as well. Like he was just like
he broke up with them little fouls that you got, the little ball winning duels you get, and then you start.
He was just good. Like he just didn't make any fouls. But what I would say is why your agenda stinks. Is because the system. Because with Caicedo, I can guarantee my life. If you swapped Endo into Chelsea and put Caicedo into Liverpool, you'd be saying the complete opposite. Why am I saying that? Because the system works very well. When Endo came in, was you showing teeth? No.
When Endo came
was
in,
you giving him props?
Why? No, bro. Again,
exactly. Why can't I say? It's just easy to say, Caicedo, he's not any better than John Joe Shelby. Say
no. I'm not saying Caicedo shit. I'm saying this season, Caicedo has not been as good as Endo. If you ask me the better deal was probably even the deal going forward. Caicedo is still the better deal than Endo just because of his age alone, just because of the longevity. I'm saying this season and in the penultimate game that you guys, this was your Champions League, not ours. It was yours, and again, outperformed by someone who is. Again, not supposed to be anywhere near the level of Caicedo. Caicedo is the most expensive Premier League player of all time. A man are telling me that the system's crap, so he's not going to be good enough. I'm sorry, but again, we are accepting mediocrity from Caicedo. Week in, week out. Stop accepting and lowering the bar for a man that should be excelling in games.
I hear that, but like when it's a midfielder, structure does. No, I hear everything. No, let me land, because everything you're saying about structure is. Like everything you're saying about the individual is correct, but structure does play a part when it is the midfield. Like we've seen it with Pogba, 89 million, for example, but he weren't played in the right positions and it impacted his performances. When you're talking about forwards, it's just straight GNA. Nobody cares.
Fair enough.
When it's a midfielder, structure does play a part. We do have to accept that.
But I'm saying that with Pogba, though, Pogba was one of my favorite players, and I had to hate on him for the 5-6 years he was at. For the 5-6 years he was at Man United, I had to hate him until he left, innit? Yeah. At least when Pogba was playing, you could tell he was far and away the best player in that midfield, miles ahead of everyone. Regardless, he could have a bad game. This guy is better. You know, this guy is better than everyone there, talent-wise. Without having to look at him at international level, Caicedo looks no different than any of the other players. He looks no different. Again, Gallagher, who again for me has barely any. He's not technical. He lacks a lot of talent in certain areas on the ball and whatever. But bro, he's still for me been not that. He's not that far off of Enzo and Caicedo as a free in midfield. Who's been the best and who's been the worst?
But this is the thing. Like Caicedo doesn't do absolutely nothing throughout the 90 minutes. Like some of the chances that we create comes from Caicedo passes into the attacking midfielders, and then they create the chances.
How about this? Same with Gallagher.
Now, Gallagher's playing further forward, though, so he's meant to be the one assisting.
For me, at least Enzo's a tech man, innit? At least Enzo's a tech man. So you know what he's good at. You know he's a distributor. His passing's his strong point. He's a decent dribbler. He's a technical distributor. Like, that's his thing, innit? Yeah? Regardless if he's
Caicedo's got good passing, too.
That's his... Caicedo, for me, is basic stuff. He'll play a forward pass through the line and goes, oh my God. No. Hold on, everyone goes, oh my God, or he is doing what he's doing. At the end of the day, you paid your money for someone.
You just won a game. And
I wouldn't even say we overhype it. We just acknowledge that, okay, these two... I use Crystal Palace. I use Crystal Palace away as an example. I didn't think he was great in moments, But 2 of the 3 goals came from Caicedo passes into the attackers, and then they scored. I've got to acknowledge that too.
Monts. What I'm trying to say is,
let me land.
You're very rattled by Caicedo and Enzo because you won the final, and that's all you
know. I love you, man. Ches, you man, know I love you, man.
Speak on your game.
You guys are my guys, but today, you guys are my guys. But I'm not hearing Caicedo prop today. We're not doing it today.
I'm not even trying to prop him.
Yeah, they haven't. You know what, Monster? They haven't.
I'm not even trying to prop him, bro.
No. But let me have my moment with Caicedo. Let me have my moment with that £150 million bum.
So you just want to cook him? All right, cool.
Yeah, you want to cook him? Okay, cool.
Just say how it is, Monts. You want to cook him, yeah? Fairs.
Okay.
No, that's fine. If you just want to cook, like in general, whatever, we lost.
Don't talk lies. Like he played rubbish when he did it.
No. I'm not. That's not a lie. Caicedo, he didn't move no mountains for me.
We weren't great.
Mountains for me. Again, my genuine
like that.
The only thing I'd say is if we're going to go for one of those 2 midfielders, go for Enzo.
Enzo.
I hear that.
If you go for Enzo, I'm not saying a word.
I can get to that, but again, the protection. You see, the protection of Caicedo is crazy. The protection this man is given, yeah, because it's now become the norm to deny expectation from these midfielders who need to be hitting the ground running and need to be the different. Again, sixes.
I don't think you were here earlier when I said he was poor, but cool.
Sixes and sevens and a few 8s aren't good enough. It's not good enough. We've seen £100 million signing over in the Arsenal camp, and I understand Arsenal are playing better, and maybe if Chelsea were winning, things would be different. But Chelsea aren't winning, and you're still leaking goals, and he still puts in clumsy tackles. For me, Caicedo, he doesn't excel in passing. He doesn't excel in dribbling. He excels in some. He wins the ball back and starts a few attacks. But what DM doesn't? I'm seeing Endo do that stuff. And Endo's all right.
So we've gone all the way around to the price tag argument, which again, okay, cool.
I've seen a washed Fabinho.
No logic, just
yeah, like if it's a price tag thing, cool.
Let me land. I've seen Henderson do that when he was shit. I've seen average players. How about this? I've seen Calvin Phillips to sign for West Ham, and he's had one of the worst starts. I've seen him win the ball back and set up attacks. No one's sucking him off for that. Like honestly,
I think West Ham are better structurally than we are, but yeah.
But I understand you don't have a bad structure, but for me, apart from extra time, where Poch coached a disaster class in extra time by making you man sit back throughout that 90 minutes, you man missed your chances. Poch didn't do anything wrong in that 90 minutes.
We only really had a good volume of chances in the last 20 minutes, though. For being real.
Monts, to answer your question though.
That game was winnable for you, man. One thing I agree with you.
Only because there was clear-cut chances within the game. But like, if you're gonna say we dominated, we didn't dominate other than the last 20 minutes. And I put that down to your team being tired.
I didn't say you dominated. For me, you lot are best in transition anyway. When you dominate a game, you don't score goals. You can't do nothing with low blocks, and you don't score, and you don't create much either. Yeah. So when you're playing on transition, when I see Jackson, Sterling, and Cole Palmer running in transition, and you got Gallagher as the fourth, bro, in transition, you hurt Manchester City. A full squad, a fully fit Manchester City, you done them up.
Yeah, because we weren't playing hoofball to their centre backs last week. This time we were.
In transition, you easily could have.
Hoofball to Van Dijk is like his easiest final in history.
Oh man,
as I said, my part is that you Gallagher had chances, Cole Palmer had chances.
Yeah, you had a few moments where you did slice through them on transition.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, and again, I put that down to Liverpool being tired. They're the ones that played 4 days before us, and then they go and bring on their NPCs, and their structure goes right back to being brilliant. Imagine my shot.
What were you gonna ask? What were you gonna ask Monts, Jez? Because I know we got to do.
Monts, I already know the answer, but I want you to answer. How comes when Klopp brought on NPCs, youngsters, nobodies, they still performed to a good level? Please tell me why that happened. And that answer you give me will be wait. That answer you give me will be the answer to why me and Lewis and Don say what we say about the manager. So whatever it's a lose-lose here for you anyway. You're gonna give me the answer I want. I'm just gonna flip it on you.
In extra time, for me, it was down to him. He put you guys back into a low block. He also said, what did he say in the post game? The players were tired.
No, bro, I'm talking about Klopp.
Even though we had a week off.
I'm talking about Klopp. I asked you the question wrong. How comes
Oh.
Klopp, brought on his youngsters? I don't know what their names were, bro. But 3 of them,
Yeah.
I don't know. How comes when he brought those
You
on?
is he in the fucking scouse slot?
Yeah, like I'm gonna call him Afro Head, innit? When he brought him on, yeah, he done his thing, by the way. But when he brought
He
him
nearly
on,
scored twice.
he did. He was actually a baller, I can't lie. But how comes when he brought those players on, you man was still competent enough to fight out the rest of the game? Why is that possible?
Again, the obvious answer: structure, fresh legs for me. Yeah, I also think lack of quality. But guys, even in extra time, there were times that you got the ball in transition, and I saw Madueke do stupidness. I saw Mudryk doing stupidness. No end product, not enough quality. George, obviously, I haven't heard what you've had to say about this. Do you agree? Am I chatting rubbish? If I'm chatting rubbish, let me know. I've won my cup, so I don't care if I'm wrong. Like, I won my trophy. I don't give a fuck. But like, there's just a lack of quality, a massive lack of quality.
I did say that.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah,
you got to look at the players, and of course, I think Poch is a big problem. But I do look at some of the players and say, look, the players just not up to the standard. The performance just aren't there.
I don't know. I think there is a blame on the. Listen, we know about Poch's deficiencies. We know, but there's still a job to do on the pitch. Yeah, if the general consensus that a 9 is needed, then Poch couldn't have done that bad within the 90 minutes. Again, extra time. I've already slapped the blame on my man in extra time, but within the 90 minutes, Poch coached enough to get that win. Yeah, he coached enough against the depleted Liverpool side.
But this is the argument that's always put because we just make a specific volume of chances in a certain period of the game. And it's like, okay, we had 1, 2, 3 certain chances. We should have scored all of them. For some reason, people always believe that players are going to bury every single chance that they get on a plate. That doesn't happen. I've seen the likes of Suarez. I've seen the likes of Lewandowski. I've seen the likes of Ibrahimovic have low conversion rates. Erling Haaland be top of the league twice for big chances missed. But you know what happens? They get a high volume of chances throughout the game. We don't do that. We do that within 20, 30-minute periods, and that's it. That's why I can't hear, oh, if you score these chances, you win the game. We don't make enough. We don't. Because we don't ever dominate throughout the match and make it throughout the match. That's why I always go back to Tuchel. Tuchel, I had games where we make chances throughout the 90 and we don't bury it. Then I was on to Havertz. I was on to Werner. I was on to Lukaku. This time, we make 3 chances in the last 20 minutes and we didn't score them. Wow, it's a 120-minute game. We get this same argument all season that, if you score these 2 or 3 chances, you win the game. How about we dominate throughout the match? How about we do that?
Monts, that's why before you came on
in the first half. So what do you mean? You had chances throughout the
Monts.
Brother, there's like 2 chances in 45. And you were cooking us the entire game. We can't act like we dominated that. That was against a run of play.
No, 100%. That's why I said in transition. That's why I said in transition, Lewis.
No, but Monts, the point you're trying to make is...
Point still stands.
I said this to Ty earlier, and he came back to me and said, you and Don do this thing. And I even said to Lewis, if we have a striker yesterday, I think we win the game. But he's still right in terms of, even if we won the game, it doesn't change the fact that we've only created, I'll say that, 3 good chances in the game against the
I agree with that.
Everyone's mocking us for. So it's so ironic. You're mocking us for it, but then you're saying you had 3 chances. That's not enough to win a game against top Liverpool. You're not like Burnley.
Yeah, but that's what I was confused though, because you even said if you had a striker, then you think you win the game. But if you're getting 3 chances, and then Lewis is talking about Haaland, Ibrahimovic is in naming top strikers that have a conversion rate that's not amazing all the time. There's no guarantee that the striker that you might have is going to convert from one of them 3. This is what I'm saying. It's all hypothetical. That means you're going to have a striker and it's got a 66% conversion rate.
I think what I'm saying is, I'm putting it the wrong way, is that there isn't one response. So my point is like, there's not one fix, like George said. There's many issues. So I think it's too easy to say, Caicedo's rubbish. He stinks.
I ain't saying that. I just think there's problems with the coaching and a lot of the players.
He didn't bottle the game. He bottled the last 30 minutes. So I agree with Monts there.
Yeah, I didn't say Caicedo shit. I just said I think he's overrated.
No, but you went straight for him when you won your game. Talk about your play. I don't know how we got.
At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day,
I don't blame him.
Having a bad game does not mean you're a shit player. Let's make that clear. People have bad games. Haaland was not great. Haaland was not great against Bournemouth. I had him captain with my FPL team on the weekend. First touch is a bit not shit player. He just didn't have a good game, and it just happened. Players can do that. Guys, make sure you are smashing the like button, by the way. Please make sure you're subscribing as well. Still big numbers in the house, so massively appreciate it. If you don't know how to do that, cross off the live chat, hit the thumbs up as well. We are gonna have to move on to Man United, even though obviously, you know, Monts, is there any final words you want to say, just congratulating your team before we do move on to Man United?
Yeah, VVD is greatness. Klopp is greatness. I'm devastated. I'm devastated that he's leaving my club. Honestly, devastated, because moments like this is why I love my manager. That's 1 out of the 3. I still believe we got to go for the rest of them now, regardless of the injuries. We got to do what we need to do. And again, everyone left everything on that pitch yesterday. Everyone left it all on the pitch, absolutely down to a T. Every single person. So I'm gassed for the boys. Like I don't know if you guys spoke about the VAR, but I feel like both decisions, now that I've slept on it, were probably correct. Even though I think Owen was very harsh. I feel like I see that at every set piece. That happens with most set pieces, in my opinion. And I feel like in such a high-profile game, the fact that that rule was implemented for the game was a tough pill to swallow. But I'm probably going to complain about it less because we went on to win the game from a set piece anyway. And Virgil van Dijk, that's a real captain's performance, man. Best centre-back in the league right now. I don't really need to say too much more on him. Konate, absolute monster. And yeah, Endo and McAllister seem to be a better deal than Enzo and Caicedo right now. So
fair. Nah, here you get your little dialogue, man. Guys, also make sure you please subscribe to Big Six Bants as well. So make sure you do check that out, Lewis's channel and the Mancunian Way. But yeah, we're gonna go on to Man United because Martin, before I come in, you're a Manchester City fan. You've got us this week. Wow, what you're seeing across the other side of Manchester must be, you know, great for you. Losing at home to Fulham, they've won one away game all season coming into that game. We equalise. You think, okay, normal sort of service in terms of, okay, if there's going to be a third goal, it's going to be United in 90+8. You think that United are potentially going to go on and win the game. Yeah. You look at your phone or your group chats are pinging off and it's like Fulham have nicked it 2-1. And all of a sudden, Man United, it feels like, you know, a couple of steps forward, but more steps back. You know, you win a few games, get back in the hunt, could go level with points with Tottenham if you win that. And then we go and lose to Fulham at home, and then we've got you on the weekend. Talk to me about what you think in that Man United situation at the moment, bro.
It's a mess. Top to bottom, it's a mess. I mean, it's weird because Ten Hag was picking up results over the last few games. And then Sir Jim comes out with his little monologue about knocking City off their little perch. And then you go and lose your next game. So I don't know about United. It's a mad one that makes you go and they're like, it was utter crap. It was really, really bad. He came home and he's like, Fulham deserved it. Can't even, you know, if we'd have nicked it, it wouldn't have been fair. I don't know, because the funny thing is there's a split in your camp at the moment. Half want Ten Hag in, half want Ten Hag out. And I don't know what is the best way to go about it. Yeah. You can't keep sacking managers left, right, and centre till you get it right. Because then, and this is no dig, then you're going down the Chelsea road. Of just manager, roll over till you win. That's right.
Yep.
Sometimes that can benefit. But it's like I've had this debate with so many people. You've now got what you wanted. You're getting the change at the boardroom level. You're bringing in Omar. You're bringing in Dan Ashworth. And I don't believe it's garden leave. Listen, they do work at home. Anyone who thinks that they're at home and don't do anything, you're having a laugh. So you're getting that. So is it now the right time to change the manager and bring someone Radcliffe wants? Because the thing is with Radcliffe, he's not back Ten Hag at all.
Yep.
Not publicly come out and gone, you're my man.
Yep.
So then I'm like, is he waiting for someone at the end?
Is he assessing the situation like between now and the end of the season?
Yeah, but the trouble, and then you said a derby. The trouble is Derby's a leveler. Yeah, we should beat you. Because I said this, I think we're due to give someone a damn good hiding at some point. We are due to stick 5 or 6 past somebody. Who that is, I do not know. But we will do. Because we're creating 70-odd chances in 3 games. Someone's going to get on the end of the pasting at the end of that one. But there's the thing we're playing crap. No, we're not. We're just not finishing chances. Yeah, so someone's going to get it. Hopefully, it's your lot. But the derby's a leveler, so I just don't know. You've got Rashford, you've got Manu. It's for me, United. It's one step forward and 5 back, and I don't know where you go with it. It baffles me completely. Because what's a good season for United? You know,
yeah, well, top we're not in Europa League. Yeah, we're not in it. So top 4 and trying to top 4 and winning an FA Cup, I think would be a good season on the grand scheme of things of what we're obviously out of Carabao, out of the Champions League, out of Europe in general. So if we got top 4 and won an FA Cup, then that'd be great. But that ain't gonna happen because we blew it yesterday. We had a chance to go level with George's team. And put the pressure on them psychologically because Spurs had obviously slipped up against Wolves, and we basically just gave them a freebie. We lose at home to Fulham. Their second away win of the season. They haven't beat us since 2003 when they had that player called Inamoto, if some of you remember him, years back. It's horrendous, man. And look, everyone knows that I back the manager in terms of, I'm not saying I don't do this Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out thing. I've never come and said, look, I'm Ten Hag in. I'm like, look, I've been willing to give the manager time and see what he can do when he's got the key players back. See if the board will back him as their manager. But when I watched that on the weekend, I was truly worried. And I was thinking, do you know what? Even though these players are crap, by the way, because these players are crap. They cannot run. They're one of the most unfittest team in the Premier League. We get bypassed the midfield so easy. We're playing a 2-1-7 at one point. Fulham pinched the ball back. You got Iwobi running through, Lukic running through, who doesn't even play for them because Polina normally starts. The structure's flawed. The atmosphere of the fans is not great. And as much as you say, Martin, there's a split between fans. It was a split. Now it's 70-30. I'll say it's 70-30 that 70 want the manager out. 30 are willing to still give that manager a bit of time.
You've got a captain who's trying to dodge the derby.
Yeah.
On
I know.
Purpose.
He's ridiculous. That guy needs to be sold in the summer. I'm done with Bruno Fernandes.
For it. And he went, nah.
Done with him, Martin. Bruno Fernandes.
Honestly. And I'm like, you are dodging the derby. Stop right now what you are trying to do.
Yeah, mate, bro. Saudi Arabia come in with 70 million and take Bruno Fernandes. I've done enough with him.
He should not.
He should not be the captain. He should not be setting the example. He is exactly the type of example that you don't want, which can help drive this club down. He doesn't motivate. He doesn't inspire. For me, there's much more players out there that you can get that balance the team out more than Bruno Fernandes. And you know what? He's not going to get any better. He's 29 now. He's not going to go up. He's only going to regress. And we don't want to give him that one big contract where, again, we're paying silly money and we're having him till 33, 34. Let Saudi come in, get rid, and we need to start again. There's about 5 players, Martin, that I keep. And that's probably Garnacho, Mainu, probably Onana, Alessandro Martinez, and Højlund. When I think about it, they're the only 5 that, you know, the rest can go. Varane, I love him, but his legs are going. Casemiro, love him, but legs are going. So, look, at the end of the day, that was an embarrassment on Saturday. It was shocking. Man United have blown their top 4. The football that everyone questions me about, their direction we're heading in, George, me and him are on weekly, and he always says, look, why we're defending Ten Hag, or like, why am I still giving him time? Because I said that, you know, when key players come back, I think the results will pick up. And look, the results have picked up, but the performances haven't been great. And was only one game away from a disaster like this. And Fulham deserved it. They bopped us off the park in the first half, created chances, patterns of play. Man United got back into it in the 89th minute and tried getting a winner, and we would have been a smash and grab. I don't know if this manager survives, because if it was me and I had owned the club and I look at the balance of the whole season and the camaraderie of the players and how it's feeling and what you're watching when Dave Brosford's there, you could maybe go and get a Nagelsmann, and I'm going to pinpoint his name. You can maybe go and get a Nagelsmann who's a young manager, got energy, looks at Klopp and what he's done at Liverpool and says, look, I can maybe be at a club quite a long time. I don't want a Hansi Flick for 2 years. I don't want a Thomas Tuchel for 2 years. I want a manager now that can start the regime with the Ratcliffes at the same time and say, look, if we want to filter the football through to the youth system, if we want to build something, I need someone that's going to be here 3, 4, 5 years. And I feel like Nagelsmann is in that stage of his career where he would want to do that. And that's why if the manager does go, I'm not against it. If the manager stays, I'm not as for it as I was as much before, because I'm watching this and I'm starting to doubt it, but it depends what we do in the window. But I'm going to be like, look, let's give it till Christmas and see. But there's big question marks about this manager. The football is poor. It doesn't fill me with loads of belief. But yeah, if I had to pick a manager, I'm looking at Nagelsmann for the sort of the long-term side of things. What are you saying, George? I want to ask you before get any other's opinions on United, because you've looked at it as a Spurs fan and you thought if we win, we're level on points with you. All of a sudden, we don't now, and you know, you've got a chance to stretch top 4 again and do your thing, bro.
Yeah, no, for me, I was just laughing at the result, to be honest. It felt like a win, honestly. It felt like 3 points, because the way that I was seeing it was, you guys got City next week. That's 3 points dropped. I obviously can't say that we've picked up 3 points against Palace at all, but seeing you guys drop the 3 points, knowing that you could close the gap on us, because that is not what we needed. That is not what I needed personally. Seeing that United are going to be level on points of us, seeing how bad that you guys have been so far this season, that's just not on. So, yeah, man, it's poor from United. I can't really sit here and cook you guys too tough, because I know a lot of Man United fans weren't expecting a big result, especially with Højlund being out. It's sort of key to the way.
I said it, bro. You saw me in the group chat. I was saying it.
Yeah, no. Like, he's been key to the patterns of play recently and been one of the main guys, been getting the early goals, the early leads, been sort of giving United that little breath of fresh air that they've needed over the past 6 months. So without him, the front line was just looking shaky. The fact you let Iwobi do it at your ground in the 97th minute after Harry Maguire brought the limbs there on the 89th minute, it's just the Man United way, man. Honestly, it couldn't have ended any better. But Ten Hag, I don't feel like anyone can say anything to him about this game. You guys have been on a run of 4 or 5 games where you've won, and it's just one of those games where you're missing one of your key players and you're going to drop points. I don't feel like this is one of the games where you can look at the manager and go, Ten Hag out, we need him out, or anything like that. It's one of those games. Of course, if you now go on a run where you don't beat City, you don't beat another team, and you're back on another run of 3 or 4 games, that's where you guys are causing a problem, because the inconsistencies happens too often. But yeah, no, 3 points dropped. I mean, 3 points gained for us, it feels like, and yeah, United are just a mess. United are going to continue to be a mess, and let's hope that you guys don't pick up points in the next couple of games.
No, I hear it. Anyone want to say anything on United? I've got a question I want to answer in the chat. If not,
we have a very faint chance at 6th. That's all. I don't have any energy for United. We can barely beat you guys, and we still haven't gone above you.
Yeah, we beat you, to be fair. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because they won, and like we haven't played. So if we win our game in hand, like I think it goes down to 6 points. So
You've got us in a few weeks, actually.
Wait, a faint chance at 6th is anyway. You know what? I'm done with Chelsea today. Let me not.
Brother, we have nothing left, man. We have nothing left.
To be happy about something. Like, we've got nothing left in it. You know what I mean? We've got nothing left.
You $billion bums, please. Today is not
actually it's $800 million bums.
Monts, these strays you're giving me, I'll let you land today, because obviously it's your happy.
Yeah, no. I will land.
You want 100?
You see me. I know Don's gonna get the headlines in it. You know Don's gonna have all the headlines.
Everyone's on to Don. You know what did he do? Did I miss something?
All the headlines, but Ches, I know you in it. I saw your comments. I just didn't say anything. I saw your cheeky little comments. Oh, you know, when we went 1-0 down at Luton. Oh, yeah,
Atting me in 34 minutes at Anfield.
Listen. The game's the game, innit? The game's the game. I'm just here.
I know the chat will think I'm Delulu.
Just for context, what did Don do? Because literally everybody in their nan's onto him.
Don't worry what Don does. He does jog a Benito with words.
Don's just exclusive, isn't it? Don's Don.
The Chelsea Kool-Aid, as what we want to call it. But anyway, back to United. What we're talking about, Ty. You was very confident after that 5th win on the bounce, and you had all the positive things to say about Manchester United. Now we all knew it. You was 1 game away from a stinker like that, because none of the games you played were good performances. You were just getting the game. You were getting over the line. And you can't hate winning games, because I always say you have more match winners than a Chelsea. Chelsea play better football than you, but you have match winners. Yeah, You have more moments in your squad to get over the line. Hence why you're still even within a shout of top 4. When for me, you've been just as bad as Chelsea. I can't count 3 Man United. I can't count 3 good performances all season in all comps against your team. Off the top of my head, I think Crystal Palace away in the Carabao Cup. Crystal Palace away.
Oh, at home in the Carabao. Yeah, watch that.
Sorry.
Everton away.
West Ham.
Yeah, and Everton away probably.
Even Everton away. I think the Garnacho
we won 3-0.
I don't even think that was a good performance. I think Everton were better than you that game. I think you guys just had your moments again that game. So I'm even 50-50 on the Everton game. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Garnacho after the goal. I didn't really see him. So I think easily, for me, aesthetically, you lot are worse than Chelsea, innit? You lot are horrible. Like, I know you man would run
Yeah,
a
we
mile.
are.
You man would run miles with pins and needles than watch your own team play football. You man pay for depression. That's what you man pay for depression, innit? It's as simple as that. Like, and whatever hope you had is gone, in my opinion. That Højlund injury, key to whatever you had. One of the only positives of one of the only positives of the last 6 weeks for you. And now it's just funny how all these wins culminated and all of a sudden flip on its head, and now it's like, well, you know, Tottenham have a chance to do this and to do that. Ty, bro, you was very, very positive.
I thought top four was back on. I genuinely did.
I know you did. I know
Yeah.
you did.
But the Højlund injury killed me, and this is what it goes back to. Top four was on for me. I thought we could get a run going, but it just goes to show what I said all season. The quality of this squad is shit. The drop-off of key players is shit. You go from Luke Shaw, who when he's available, he's good, but he's not available enough. We need a new left-back, 100%. I'm done with that guy. But when he was fit and he's available, solid. But you drop to Lindelof, the standard. Victor Lindelof at left-back. You then have Rasmus Højlund, and then you go to Marcus Rashford at a number 9, who we know at a number 9, he doesn't brush his teeth. He can't play as a number 9. He can't even hold up the ball as it is at 26 years of age. He's just an output goal-scoring winger, which you have when you have a transition player. Højlund and Luke Shaw come out of that side. Lisandro Martinez. And I'm not going to say we play amazing football with them, by the way, but we can win games. We find a way, Monts, like you said, to win games. We take them out the side. We don't win games. And the football is highlighted even more.
Maguire scores the bullet. Maguire scores the bullet, and then all of a sudden there's 7 more minutes to play.
Yeah. And we're creating chances. You think it could be smash and grab?
Yeah. So my point is, but you shouldn't be. Why are you smashing and grabbing against Fulham? Why are you smashing and grabbing against Luton? Why are you smashing and grabbing against these teams?
It's not good enough.
Listen, I have slightly less smoke for Poch, and Poch is a bum at the moment. But your guy's been here for nearly 2 years now, so I'm not going to have the same energy with your guy. Yeah, your guy struggles for any structure. He doesn't know what he wants to play. He doesn't know his style. He tries to explain his style like he knows what he's doing because he dresses smartly and he's bald. Man, think that he can do something. I'm sorry, Ty, but your manager, he's the real bum, innit? Like the fact that you can't coach a structure and style, and I understand you have your injuries. I do understand you have your injuries, and I've said you don't have had way too many backline combinations this year, but to have 0 goal difference by game week 26. Do you know what your goal difference was this time last season? It was -4. It was -4. So now your goal difference has gone up.
Oh no!
Would you say, Mark? Would you say, Martin?
It's improved.
It's improved. It's improved.
So when it'll be back down to minus come weekend, you know, right? You're going back to
exactly.
That's good, Martin. I like that.
You're now going to the Etihad. Ty, let's be real, innit? Like,
yeah, bro, I'm shook. I'm on holiday and I'm so glad.
I don't know how you back this manager when, again, any team with half a structure looks better than you. Any team, bro. How does that not worry you? Because I know you're one of the more positive fans, innit? And I know you tend to give managers time. And I understand because you look at even Fergie wasn't great in his first 2-3 seasons, but football was a different game. So you were allowed to have 2, 3, 4 seasons where, you know, all right, longevity in managers was a thing back in the day. These days, and the institution at Manchester United are, longevity is not a thing. But bro, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, these guys who everyone cusses are still capable of getting over the line against Fulham without Paulinho. This is what makes this more embarrassing. They did not have their best midfielder. The thing that makes Fulham a very difficult team to play, why they've taken 4 points off of Arsenal, why they nearly took points off of Liverpool, we had to win it last minute, is why you guys had to win the game last minute in the reverse fixture is because of someone like Paulinho. You know what I'm saying? The structure of Manchester United.
It's poor. It's horrible, bro.
I just don't get how you can be so for the manager. Last season was your chance to kind of build. You come third, you got your Champions League. Why am I again to be able to count 3 good performances and we're
bro? That's probably. I'll be honest with you. We've probably had only four good performances since we won the Carabao Cup, which is a year ago to this weekend, and that's when we beat Chelsea when Lewis went to the game at home. And I wouldn't even say that was great because Chelsea had a very good first half. Lewis was flying down the wing. We won 3-4-0.
How are you playing a U called? How have you spent 80 mil on a winger and
You're playing Amari.
A year later, you're playing Amari Forskin or Amari Forskin, or whatever the fuck his name is. You're playing Amari Forskin, and you also have Ahmad on the bench. And Forskin's the guy that you guys that's sackable.
That for me,
That's sackable in itself.
Yeah, that for me was a howler because Ahmad come on, and within 10 minutes of being on, was the best attacker for us on that pitch. Creativity, flair, ball control. The fact that he did not start Ahmad in that game for me is horrendous from Eric Ten Hag, because I don't know what he sees in Forsen in terms of, maybe he works harder on training on, or he thinks he's more balanced and stuff like that, whatever he wants to call it. But for me, it's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. And you look, Forsen done nothing. Ahmad's got 1 year left on his deal. He finishes his contract in 2025. If I'm him, I was on the phone to my agent straight away saying, get me a move in the summer, because how am I not getting minutes when I can come on, make an impact like I did already in the last 10 minutes? I think, do you know what? In-game management's one big thing I've always questioned with Ten Hag as well. Substitutions, what he does during the game. There's a lot of problems with Ten Hag more than positives. I have to admit that 100%. So for me to say, am I confident that he'll be here and be able to turn it around next season? No, I'm not confident. I'm not confident because we still need a lot of players. But then, is he going to get us playing football? Is it going to be attractive? He's been here 2 years. And like you said, the basic of managers is to get a structure in place. So even if Man United do drop off a Luke Shaw or Victor Lindelof or Sandro Martinez, we shouldn't just be crap. But we are crap. We are crap. Like, I watched that this weekend. It was horrible.
The good thing, Ty, is I know I'm joking along here. Listen, I've seen enough derbies, the levelers. Listen, City beat United when you had your great treble teams and everything else, and we beat you. With bloody Gerard Vikings and Lucio Matomo. So trust me, the derbies are weird situations. We should win, but it's a derby, and the build-up's going to be something else. But,
you rocked up. I remember you rocked up to Old Trafford in 2008 when we won the Champions League and we had the playing kits.
The Munich Air disaster.
Yeah, the Munich Air disaster. City weren't really City then. Do you know what I mean?
No, we have. That was when we were doing the taxing situation.
Yeah, Benjani's and that. Yeah,
which was absolutely the only good thing about taxing situation is he sold up to the Abu Dhabi group, but that was about it.
Martin, I'll be honest with you. As much as you're saying it's a derby, I'm not saying you're giving me hope or you're trying to balance it out. Which I get.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
But I know what you mean. We went to Liverpool. Look, I hear you. We went to Liverpool 2 months ago, and everyone thought Liverpool were going to smash us in. We got a 0-0 draw. And
you went there and stunt the gaff out, of course.
Yeah, we went there and stunt the gaff out. But with City, we ain't doing that again.
Look what Chelsea did against Man City with the 1-1.
Yeah, but United, we can't run. We ain't got legs. We can't even run, Monts. Honestly, we can't run.
There's no way you're getting Eriksen doing that, Monts. There's no way.
Eriksen, Casemiro, Kobe, Victor Lindelof, Maguire, Varane. These guys cannot run. They're cool.
No. They
can cool around the pitch.
They can run, but they don't run for the manager. And
no, bro. You can't watch them players and tell me, Monts, that they can run. They can't run.
Even for me, even Kobe's a great footballer, but he can't get around. He's not got mad legs like that. But that's fine. Identify the profile of your players and work around that. If your midfielders are not mobile, either go get a mobile midfielder, or if you can't, play a structure, do the Ollie ball thing and concede to it and go, well, you know what? We don't have the players to play the style I want to play yet, even though it's been a year. So to get the results, let me get this team let me get Champions
League. Go back to what he done last season when he went pragmatic.
Let me go get Champions League and then get the players I want to play the football I want to play. My thing is the fact that he's so arrogant. How can you be arrogant and shit? Sorry. That's like I was about to say something, Manchester then, but you can't be arrogant and shit, bro. You can't. That's just so dead. Just one or the other, please. So again, I agree with Martin. Listen, it's a derby. Anything can happen in a derby. We've seen shit Everton side beat great Liverpool side. It can happen. As you said, poor City sides are beating great Man United sides. It's happened. It can happen. It's a derby and whatnot. But still, man, he's not put you guys in a good position to do anything. It's demoralizing when you get right. Maybe if you'd lost a few games up until this point, you'd go, right, we was never getting top 4 anyway, so it's fine. But the fact that you actually got right there behind Spurs, right there, the chance to go 3 points within Spurs. Or 11 on points, sorry.
Yeah.
I have got a quick question, by the way. Are you going to the game, Ty?
No, I'm not. I'm on holiday on Thursday.
Is there any United fans? Because I've genuinely got a question. And Daps in the chat will like this. Have they paid for a full game ticket, or have they only paid for half a ticket? Because I need to know whether you're going out at half time again. Are we opening the gates at half time again?
Who do United have on Thursday?
Just need to know.
No, we don't have. No, I'm on holiday. I said. Oh, Wednesday. Sorry, FA Cup though. We've got the Nottingham Forest away.
Nottingham Forest.
We'll probably lose that. It's all under the lights. BBC are watching. We'll probably lose to Forest. I'm not surprised. The 1 year Gibbs White demand them start dancing in the dressing room. You know what they do? You'll start seeing dancing to the Afro vibes in the dressing room. I can see it already.
No Daps. If you know anyone who's got tickets, let me know because I'm trying to get hold of one. Like gold dust.
Okay, there you go. Big up, guys. Make sure you smash the like and you're watching, guys. And check out Big Six Bants, Carefree Lewis's channel, Mancunian Ways. I'll make sure you go and show love and subscribe. If you don't know how to like the video, cross off the live chat and hit that thumbs up. Probably missed the Chelsea cooking, but blue £1 billion bottle jobs. Hold that, Lewis and Ches. Botolino is here to stay. Big up for the super chat. Love United. Hate the
I'm glad you're happy over the Liverpool victory as a United fan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, strange. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I did not want Liverpool to win, but yeah, Højlund back because
that's another trophy. That's another trophy ahead of your club, by the way.
That's cool, man.
No, it's not cool. Yeah. No, it's not cool. Most successful club in the country. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, well done. It makes you feel better today.
I'm happy
for you. Love that. But what's it called? We'll go to quickly title talk. City.
I remember that.
Back to winning ways. Well, not back to winning ways. Continuing winning ways. Phil Foden. I love when I see him in the number 10 role. I've not been a fan.
You can't switch sides now. Can't switch sides now.
You can't switch sides now. Facts. I've not been a fan of Alvarez playing in the number 10. I said it to Daps quite a while back, actually. Funny enough, Martin. I felt that like start of the season, I get it. He works hard. I can see what he can kind of offer and everything. But when the games get like more technical and you need a bit of class, Alvarez is not a natural number 10 playing on a half turn in the half spaces. I was like, I'm not a fan. And I think he needs to come out the side. Now he was out the side this weekend. Phil Foden was back in the number 10 role where I really like Phil Foden. I think it gives him that freedom. He's got a natural ability to take on players. He can play quick link ups with Haaland. And he was back there again this weekend. And I thought he was running that show, especially in the first half. City get the win. 1-0 away at Bournemouth. Obviously a tight game, but at the end of the day, it's 3 points and you move on. So, yeah, how you feeling, bro, on that one? By the way, sorry, can I just, so you don't forget, I'll let you go. But also the bravery of Pep to play Nunes in the first half at left wing. I thought that worked brilliantly as well.
He can do it. He's got it in his locker.
Yeah.
He's deceptively quick. Now the thing is, was we great second half? No. But no. I'm not bothered. I don't get this. We're going to win 5 or 6-0 because at some point we'll turn someone over. The Haaland situation explained itself yesterday on Instagram because he lost his grandma last week and he was in Norway for most of the week and was at a family funeral for his grandma. He's been out for 2 months and he put a post on Instagram yesterday of him and his grandma together. So I think that's been really affecting him.
Okay.
I do think we forget the human element in footballers sometimes.
True.
We totally take away this human element out the door. Sadly. But no, the thing is, we've created 72 chances in 3 games. I know we're conceding chances, but there's 72 chances in 3 games is not normal. It's the fact is we're not burying them. We're not burying them. And it's what's really annoying from our point of view is it's 1 or 2 balls over the top. And it's the same ball every time over the top. But that's because he's playing Alvarez into this midfield. Because his midfield becomes so attacking. Rodri's left isolated. It was against Liverpool, against Chelsea. It was Rodri and that was it. It was Rodri in the defence.
Do you know, Martin? Do you know what it reminds me of? Remember your first season where Rodri was kind of left to do the job on his own in DM, and he was good technically, but like the ball was kind of bypassing him a lot because he wasn't because he's never been mobile. And let's be honest, Rodri's never been like the most mobile player in the world. So he was isolated quite a lot in his first season, which is why he got a lot of I remember he had a lot of stick that season, and obviously the season after he becomes the Rodri today. Do you think someone needs to drop into like a pivot kind of thing? Like what midfield do you need to see to kind of give him because I still think going forward and possession wise, Rodri's still been top this season. I still think he's been top, especially some of the goals.
Yeah, he's matching,
but
he's 2 goals and assists behind Gundogan numbers from last season, and we're in February.
Yeah, like he's popping up with some GA. Maybe I don't know whether that's obviously
it's the Alvarez conundrum. Monts. He's got to. It sounds awful. The trouble is he doesn't want to drop Alvarez because I know for a fact Haaland loves to play with him. Haaland wants to play with Alvarez.
Well, maybe why don't we? Yeah.
It's the KDB thing. Alvarez was in You can't have Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Alvarez, and KDB and try and get Doku all in the same team. Doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. Because nobody knows. Because what they're doing is you're putting Foden out on the wing. But Foden's not a winger, so instinctively then comes inside.
Yeah.
Alvarez is then inside. KDB's got the free roll and tends to be inside. Bernardo doesn't really want to do wing, so he comes inside. We don't have this winger who'll hit the byline and put the ball in. You even see it with Doku now. Doku's game is completely changing now to where he's now stopping holding the ball up and playing it inside.
Yeah, cutting him back and he's going back inside.
Because that's just pet football. It's pet football. It's just the way he does it. But the best 11 we've got is the 11 we started against Copenhagen.
Yes, where Grealish is on the left.
Yeah.
Yep.
That 20 minutes and the one we played at your place. Where we beat you 3-0.
Yep.
It's just total dominant football.
Yeah.
We can get to that.
John Stones has the ability to come in midfield, and he's the one that supports Rodri.
We can get to that. Grealish on the right, Grealish on the left, Bernardo on the right, Foden, KDB, Haaland done.
I think, do you know what it is? I think it's different combinations. I actually think Doku is the guy to play when Alvarez is playing up front. Like, I looked at earlier on in the season when Doku kind of set the league alight, and I feel like it suited Alvarez to play with an unpredictable winger. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than Haaland, who is an anticipation. Like, his anticipation, obviously, he knows where to be. He's God tier, but it's so hard to almost anticipate when you have such an unpredictable winger in Doku. That's not the type of winger you want. Like Grealish, you kind of know where the ball's going to go. You know what he's going to do. But can you stop it? That's the question. Because you know it's Jack Grealish. You know what he's about. With Doku, because he's so unpredictable, I feel like you see how Alvarez can be a bit more erratic. Yeah. And, he's like kind of like that fox in the box. Very much reminiscent of Diogo Jota, in my opinion. I don't know if you do agree with me with that. But he's kind of got that Diogo Jota about him. I feel like that suits Jeremy Doku. But I feel like, as you said, Pep is kind of mixing and matching a bit where I know Grealish is injured now, so it's not on purpose, but
he's be back now, fit. So I'm hoping tomorrow night we say
So maybe that will change in the game. In the week.
I mean, it's a weird one because I'm hoping now we got the 11 fit that because people forget against Bournemouth. Yes, second half wasn't great, but we changed the midfield. We got players rested out. We could rest out. He's never look. People forget. This is not I like them as players. Thought Kovacic was excellent, but he went with the midfielder Kovacic and Nunes and Bernardo. So it was all right. It was we've got that chance now to rest players, give minutes off. KDB got 10 minutes. He'll probably get 15 minutes, 20 minutes Tuesday night, tomorrow night.
Yeah, he's saving him
for the derby. Then he's fit for Anfield the week after. Because Copenhagen, you 3-1 up. It's not like you have to.
Yeah, it's true. It's about managing and keeping his key players fit now. Grealish back.
We're in a situation where we can manage these games. Touch wood, I don't know where Liverpool's injuries are at the moment, but in Liverpool, that's what I'm expecting 1 or 2 back. But if they go with the majority of that team, you're never going to have a better chance to go to Anfield and get a win.
Yeah. And then at least in your head, you know that because you can never be confident going to Anfield and walk around the street saying you're going to win. But in terms of being a Man City fan, it's you having the belief that, look, if we do anything today, at least we're doing it with our best team. You're going there with no sort of, fractures in your head because at the end of the day, you've got John Stones. You've got Grealish.
Go there with that Copenhagen 11.
Yeah, you need to go down that system. The tried and trusted, got the trouble last year, resolute, even last year. Last year it was Resolute. Got the treble. Do you know what I mean? That is your tried and trusted, and that is what you know. And I do agree with you because even when, funny enough, Dap said when you were playing Copenhagen, I remember him putting in a group chat, this is the best 20 minutes I've seen so far this season, but also it's our best 11. And it is true because it's the element of control that also players like Grealish give you, winning the ball, the fouls, you know, the intelligence. And it's going to be super interesting to see what happens now, people. I'm going to wrap it up here because I've done an hour and a half. It's a perfect timing. Been a great show, people. City derby this weekend. Liverpool rock on, winning the Carabao Cup. Chelsea back into FA Cup action. They'll want to be returning to winning ways because they don't want to lose the cup. And like Lewis said, go out to Leeds in the FA Cup. Man United play Forest on Wednesday. So a lot of stuff this week, a lot of content, people. Light Soup says another tynology, or tynology. I'm going to call it tynology, whatever it. I know, I made that up again. You go in there with no fractures in your head. Brilliant. Guys, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're doing all these 3 things. Subscribe to Carefree Lewis. Subscribe to Big Sixpence. Subscribe to Mancunian Way. Make sure you're then liking the video. Guys, I massively appreciate you coming on. Everyone have a blessed day. And we will be back tomorrow around 11:30, 12 o'clock. So make sure you're there. And everyone have a blessed evening. Martin, Monts, and Lewis, big up for coming on, guys. Appreciate it.
Good lads.
Big up, Potter.
Watch out. Love that.
At the end.